Hi everyone, Happy New Year. Here's my top tips for setting and more importantly, sticking to your resolutions. First of all, pick something that's going to have the greatest impact. When I think resolutions, I think of daily habits or, those repeated behaviors that you might think, you know what, I know this is wrong, this is doing me no good, and it's time to change. Go with that. Rather than picking a whole heap of different things and confusing yourself, stick with one that's going to make a big difference. Leads me to my next point, which is keep it simple. Don't pick too many things to be doing. Don't pick 50 million things that you're going to change within the next 12 months because I promise you it's not going to happen. You'll just feel overwhelmed and confuse yourself. You're better off just sticking to one, at the most 3 things that you think are achievable. And keep it simple. Make sure that you can keep it down into one sentence. So rather than I'm going to be healthier, which seems quite general, maybe it's I'm not going to have any more sugars in my coffee. Now that leads me to my next point, which is frame things in a positive and affirmative way. So I'm not going to have sugar in my coffee is something that is quite negative and also something that, I'm talking about myself in the future. Maybe a better way to frame that is to say, I have sugar-free coffees. That's my resolution. So that way it's positive and you're also building up your self-belief and self-confidence in that being your new behavior. Once you have framed your goal in a positive and an affirmative way, also give yourself a bit of a full stop on the goal. So know what it will be when you have achieved that thing. Is it when you feel like you don't have to remind yourself about it anymore, or is there a certain milestone that you will have achieved? And make sure that is part of sort of what you write down for the resolution. Next up, I say break the goal down into some simple steps. So have a few little checkpoints along the way that take you to achieving that goal. That way the goal itself doesn't seem too overwhelming and it's not something that you just go from 0 to 100 with. My next tip is to think about the hiccups before they happen and to put things in place to make sure that you stay on track. It's best to do this when you're in the best frame of mind possible around the goal and also when you're not actually in those situations that might cause you to go off track. Now your resolution's in place, you've started on your merry way for 2023. I think it's also important to start to track your progress. So this doesn't have to be something massive for you, but just at the end of each week, maybe month, depending on what's appropriate for your goal, even day, just check in with yourself. What's been good? What's been the best thing about how I've gone with achieving this resolution? And what areas are there room for improvement now? So yeah, just have a little simple check-in and course correction moment for yourself. Finally, I would say once things become second nature or once you feel like you have achieved your goal, let it go. Allow it to be second nature in your life. Trust that you have made those changes. Go you and enjoy yourself. Enjoy the rest of your year.